Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you. Now today I want to talk to you about the best steroids and PEDs to use for MMA fighting. Now let me preface, any steroid that I list would require you to use testosterone with it, which I would highly recommend using test prop simply because it's in and out of your system faster and you're not going to have to control estrogen as much as you would with a longer ester of test. And obviously most MMA fighters are trying to make weight or stay at their current weight. You don't want to be doing something that's going to add a ton of size. Now, I'm going to start with halotestin, but please listen to me. Halotestin is for advanced users only. No new person should be using halotestin first, second cycle, anything like that. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's the most toxic damn oral out there. It is not for a beginner. And it also, you need to get your body used to steroids in general because of how harsh this is on your psychological aspect here. This is why it's perfect for MMA. The aggression, the strength, the power, the explosiveness, and you're not going to gain any size whatsoever on it. That's the beauty of it. You're getting all the things you need without the one thing that you don't want to have happen as an MMA fighter that's likely that you don't want. So halotestin is absolutely perfect for this scenario. Another one, Winstrol, another really strong one here. You're not going to gain too much size. There's a lot of strength, a lot of muscle hardening, a lot of power. You want hardened muscle, so when you get hit, it's not going to hurt as bad because you're hitting muscle, right? And you're just going to have a lot more force behind what you're doing, okay? Instead of hitting into mush or you know, not being as strong, you want more muscle. More muscle means you're more lean. It means you're going to be in better condition, and that's going to be what Winstrol is going to do for you. Not to mention that power and explosiveness. Now, EQ is one that you want to consider for the endurance, but you might gain too much size on that. You could have an appetite increase, which may not be optimal, but the endurance is obviously intriguing there. Okay, now Tren is not a good option. I'm going to tell you why, because it's going to crush your cardio. You can counteract some of that with GW501516, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute in terms of what you should use, but I wouldn't recommend Tren at all here. Now, T-ball, please, spare me the well, fucking John Jones this, John Jones that. I don't care what he did or why or what. I could care less. Okay? What I want to explain is what relates to this video. Is T-ball good for MMA? Yes and no. Yes, because it's going to add a lot of strength. Okay, which is what you want, but it could potentially add a little bit too much size. So you may want to consider that. T-ball could add up to 10 pounds. You know, if you're eating below maintenance and cutting, it's not going to add that much. And so you could counteract that with that, but it's not as good of an option as Winstrol or halotestin when you don't even have to worry about that. I mean, you could add some size with Winstrol. I always do, but a lot of people don't, or not that much. And T-ball's not the best option when it comes to the others. Now, Primobolan is an intriguing one because Primo increases endurance. It's going to increase strength, but not to like Superman levels, and it's not going to add too much size, so it is an option. When we look at SARMs, GW501516 is clearly, obviously the best option because you're not going to find anything that adds endurance to the level GW does. Now, S4 is perfect to stack with GW because of all of the strength that it adds. No SARM is going to add more strength than S4. Size, yes. Strength, no. Strength, lean muscle gain, power, perfect. Here's my really dream setup here for an MMA fighter if you're more advanced. Small dose of test prop, halotestin, GW501516, and S4 together, and bam. RAD140 is another one that you may want to look at because of the potential endurance increase that no one really discusses, the lean muscle gain, and the strength. So these are all really, really good, strong options. Now look, I don't need anybody telling me that it's illegal and da-da-da-da-da. Hey, I know, people are going to do it anyway. They're going to take the risk and they're going to do it. This is for informational purposes only. I'm not saying break the rules and da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da, all of that goody two-shoe crap. I believe in rules, but listen, they're going to do it anyway, and I'd rather them, you know, not hurt themselves, do things wrong, or use what's right. Okay? So, if you're going to do it, these are your best options. I'm not saying to do it. I'm not even saying I condone it, but I'm saying I know that there's a lot of people looking for that edge. There's always going to be. That's the way of life. It's going to be like that in any sport that you do. Some people are going to get caught, and some people are not. That's just the way it is, and that's the way it's always going to be. And if it wasn't this, it'd be something else. Just like before in baseball, for example, people were spitting on their balls, corking their bats, whatever. People are always going to look for an advantage. That's just the way it is. I'm not saying I would do it. I'm not saying to go out and do it. I'm just saying facts are facts. So, that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli, signing off.